1300 hours Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Asif Hanif. First, the headlines. Pakistan has called upon the United Nations to seek immediate release of Kashmiri human rights activist and political leader Asia Andarabi. At least 10 coal miners were martyred when terrorists opened fire on them in Mach district of Balochistan this morning. Inter-provincial education ministers meeting will be held tomorrow to discuss reopening of educational institutions and beginning of new academic session. On the opening day of second and final cricket test match at Christchurch against New Zealand, Pakistan in their first innings were all out for 297 at stumps today. And now the news in detail. Pakistan has called upon the United Nations to seek immediate release of Kashmiri human rights activist and political leader Asia Andarabi. In a statement today, Foreign Office spokesperson Zahid Hafiz Chaudhry said Pakistan has approached the United Nations Secretary General in New York and the UN High Commissioner for Human Rights in Geneva to seek immediate release of Asia Andarabi incarcerated in infamous Tihar jail in India. It has been highlighted that Ms. Andarabi's life is in danger owing to imminent risk of persecutory conviction by Assam court on 18 January 2020. She has been under illegal and inhuman incarceration for more than 15 years on fabricated charges under draconian laws aimed at further perpetuating India's illegal occupation of IIOJK through brutalization of the Kashmiri people. Pakistan has called upon the United Nations to urge India to drop all fabricated charges against Ms. Andarabi, her husband and her associates and provide them complete legal protections. Islamabad has also urged world body to pressure India to release all detainees in IIOJK and fully implement all recommendations of the two Kashmir reports of OHCHR, including the establishment of a UN Commission of Inquiry. In Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, Indian troops during coordinated search operations in several villages of Rajouri and Gandarbal districts have arrested several youth. The troops also arrested a youth in Hadipura village of Kulgam district. Meanwhile, the High Court has quashed detention of 3 persons booked under Draconian Law, Public Safety Act in 2019. In India, thousands of farmers camping outside capital New Delhi and protesting against unjust agricultural laws imposed by Modi government have announced to march into the capital on the occasion of Republic Day on 26th of this month. The Farmers Union have said Modi government have 2 options, either repeal the unjust farm laws or use force on us to evict us. The union leaders at a joint press conference said the time has come for a decisive action. At least 10 coal miners were martyred and several others injured when terrorists opened fire on them in Mach district of Balochistan this morning. The terrorists targeted the miners in Gashtri area. Security forces have cordoned off the area and search for the terrorists is underway. Balochistan Chief Minister Jam Kamal Khan has strongly condemned the terrorist attack in March. In a statement, he said the attempt to derail peace in the province will not be allowed and those who targeted innocent miners don't deserve any mercy. Meeting of the Inter-Provincial Education Ministers will be held on video link tomorrow with Minister for Federal Education Shafkat Mahmood in the chair. The forum will discuss prevailing situation of second wave of COVID-19 and reopening of educational institutions across the country. The meeting will also deliberate upon beginning of new academic session from August and reduction of spring and summer vacations. 53 more deaths due to coronavirus infection and 2,272 new positive cases of the pandemic were reported in the country during the last 24 hours. There are 35,663 active positive cases in the country and death toll has reached to 10,311. 440,660 patients stand recovered from the pandemic. In the United States, a group of 11 senators led by Ted Cruz have refused to certify Joe Biden's election victory unless a commission is set up to investigate alleged voter fraud. The group wants a 10-day delay to audit the unsubstantiated allegations. The move is not expected to succeed as most senators are expected to endorse Mr. Biden in a vote on Wednesday. And the news from cricket. On the opening day of second and final cricket test match at Christchurch against New Zealand, Pakistan in their first innings were all out for 297 at stumps today. Earlier, New Zealand won the toss and elected to field first. And that is the end of this news bulletin. For more news and analysis, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch the live video streamings of our news bulletin on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.